We're the Streeters.
Welcome to the ARTyRV channel and tonight's Q&A. Welcome everyone.
On Monday night. Woo! First Monday of June? Is it the first Monday of June?
I don't think so.
No,
is it?
It's not.
Is it? I don't know. What
It's
date
not.
is it at? It's a 6th. Yes, it is the first
It's
Monday.
the first Monday in June.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I hope everyone's doing well. We're excited to be here tonight because this is our favorite night of the week. We get to talk to all of you guys.
Yeah, so everybody chime on in. Welcome aboard tonight on this beautiful Monday evening. No rain, at least in South Carolina tonight anyway. So.
Yeah, so we're on YouTube and we're on Facebook. So welcome everyone. If you have a question, just put it in the chat or in the comments. And Kathy is here. Hi, Kathy. We have quite a few people coming on. And CM is here. Hello, CM.
Yeah, it's great to see everybody tonight.
We'll wait a little bit for everyone to come on. I hope that everyone's had a great day. The weather here has been absolutely gorgeous.
We took the day off yesterday.
Yeah, we cleaned our porch. So it was a great day to clean a porch. So
yeah, actually, it was kind of nice. So while we're waiting on people to chime in, and oh, there's Ray. Hey, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
Good to see you tonight. Yeah, so we had, we had some hail damage, so we got a new roof put on the house, and that provoked us to clean the porch and get some things done around the house because the new roof was completed on Friday. So.
Yeah, we had a bad hailstorm, so everybody in the neighborhood is
getting
a
new
roof. So we're lucky.
Yeah.
We had a good insurance company because it was a bad one. So but here today it's really pretty, no bad weather. I hope the weather there is good for you guys and you're working in your studios and you have plenty of beautiful sunshine
and lots of music playing. I hope
some good music playing.
Yeah, we had some music playing today while we were in the car. We're going around looking at new work, upcoming work. So tonight
we're going to do the glass chat, and Ed's going to do a glass demo, cutting demo. We're going to have one viewer showcase, and
we're also going to share a new piece of Oceana.
Oh, Ray said he got a new roof from hail damage too. Ours is.
I would have thought about that, Ray. Be honest with you. Yeah, beat your car up, beat your windows out. Been there, done that, but never even thought about the roof, my friend. Never.
Mark Mason is here. Hi, Mark. Gina Durston is here. We've got a crowd coming in. Somebody, I don't know what that is. Anyway.
What is it, Barb?
I don't know. What is that right there? I have no idea what that is. Lawrence Mary is Facebook angry. I think, Lawrence, you made a mistake when you put that there. So anyway. Oh
well, angry, you got to be something. If you're angry,
at least you're having emotions.
At least that's right. Your emotions are
every
working for
emotion
you.
Counts. And it's funny because a lot of people don't realize when they put those marks there that they don't really hurt your channel. They actually help it just as much as they hurt it because each reaction counts.
So we're sorry you're angry. We appreciate it though.
Thank you. Okay, so I think it's a mistake. I think that's a mistake. But hi everyone, and why don't we start out? Oh, if you have any questions, put them in the chat and we'll be happy to answer. Cynthia Shipman is here.
Yeah, and you know what, y'all?
So good to see you.
About your questions, no question is goofy, so don't say, "Whoa, I don't want to ask a goofy question." Hey, a question is a question, and if we can answer it for you, and it helps you move along, within the process of working with stained glass windows and working with sun catchers or foiling or soldering, if we can help you, that's what we're here for. So don't think any of your questions are goofy or off the chain, or don't worry about that. Just ask the question and we'll decide if they're goofy or not.
Lawrence said he's not angry. He hit it by mistake. That's okay, Lawrence. I understand because that's happened to me before.
Yeah, me too. I got Facebook jail for that one time.
He said something and tried to go back and delete it, and he got turned in before he could delete it. It was terrible.
Anyway.
Okay. So yeah, we all do that. Yeah, okay, that's funny. Thank you. Thank you, Lawrence.
Appreciate that, Lawrence.
Oh, Ray said that's an awesome piece of artwork behind us.
That is actually, that's a restoration job. Came out of a sorority house in Rock Hill, South Carolina. It had a 357 hole through it. And the original artist, rather than painting the sorority symbols on it, actually just did them with like a marker or something, and they came off. So we had the opportunity to restore it, get it all back together. It's in a frame now. Then it goes in another frame that is illuminated and has a piece of polycarbonate or Lexan protective glass in front of it, because it's going back into a sorority house. So we're going to protect it a little bit better this time.
Yeah,
It's going back to Rock Hill.
Probably should have bulletproof glass in it.
Well, technically, Lexan is, that'll take like a
that
22
is, yeah.
caliber or something.
You have something on your glasses right
Do I?
there, honey. See it right there.
Oh yeah. Pardon me, y'all. I'm going to wipe my glasses off.
Do you need something? Got
got
something.
some.
Okay.
We
So,
get new glasses on the 20th of June. So,
Yeah.
Or July.
so we can see again. And I'll probably get my eye surgery sometime after that, but then I'll be able to see good again.
Oh no, she'll be able to see exactly what I look like. We'll be in trouble.
I have a
now.
hard time. It takes me a while to do things now that my eyes are so bad.
No, well, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay, well, let's answer some questions. We put out a new video. We had some questions from that video. If y'all haven't had a chance to see it, go on over. The title of it is just Stained Glass.
Yeah, and it's
about
a
the
video. Yeah, it's a video of the window that we restored for the church that they
Mhm.
decided they wanted to go in through the bottom
Yeah,
and take the whole bottom out. So we wanted to share that video with you. 6 minutes of your time. Check it out, and
share it with your friends.
share it with your friends, and ask your friends. Hey, just like I'm asking you, if you're in the wanings of the background, just go ahead and subscribe to our channel, please. Give us a thumbs up. Ray's in charge of thumbs up around here. So let's get some thumbs up going on, and everybody could go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you haven't pulled your subscription out. It's free, doesn't
Yeah.
cost anything. Once you subscribe, though, don't forget, click on the notification bell right there at the top,
Whoops.
because you'll be notified every time, like when Barbara's got that new video out on Friday or Saturday night at 8:00. Guess what? It was awesome, and I hope everybody gets a chance to watch it. So don't forget, do your notification bell right after you subscribe.
Oh gosh,
I know.
we got to get that coordinated. We got to practice.
Well, yeah.
Okay, all right. Ray's giving us a thumbs up.
Thank you,
and
Ray.
Kathy Roberts says she loves that table. So yeah.
Okay. Well, we will. The schematics or the plans for that table are being drawn as we speak.
Yeah.
And so they will be available on our
Phil,
website.
if you're watching.
Yeah, Phil. Want to give a big shout out to Phil at All Star Screen Printing. Phil's the one that takes care of our aprons. He does
He
all
was
of our
in the
hats.
video. He helps Ed with some things.
And also works with Barb and I on a lot of projects. Phil is in the video of the Live Oak project down at
and the Brook-Green.
and
Couple
the
of the
Brook-Green,
videos.
couple videos. So you'll recognize Phil.
He's a good guy. Very talented.
very talented wildlife artist, and has work all over the country. So
Brenda Craig is here. Hi, Brenda.
hey, Brenda, hope everything's well out. And you guys had some really bad weather out in near Kansas today, I thought.
Is that
So
where she's from?
I believe she is from Kansas.
Okay, so the question that came in was, are the rebar pieces on the front or the back of the glass?
And that's talking about the window that we just did
That
in the
you
video,
just
the
did
church
in
window.
the video. Yes.
Yeah. Well, guys, the glass has two sides, okay? A smooth side and a rough side or a textured side. In church windows, the textured side or the back side of the glass always faces out. So your rebar goes inside the sanctuary on the inside of the glass.
Sorry. It went down the wrong pipe.
And the winner! Are you okay, huh?
Yeah, now I got to sneeze.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Here we go. Bear with us, folks. We're having some technical difficulties.
Did I interrupt your
No.
speech?
Not at all, honey.
Sorry about that.
Not at all.
guys.
It's all good. it's all good. But the rebar is applied to the surface of the lead, but on the inside of the window.
Okay.
I talk over her sneezing all the time, so don't worry.
I'm not sick.
I know
just
she's
went
not
down
sick.
the wrong pipe.
Yeah.
Okay. Last week we were talking about packaging up stained glass to move it, and we had a
Oh,
comment.
to ship it, yeah.
Yeah, to ship it. I'm sorry. And we had a comment come in. Don't use that packaging to make the inside of your.
Oh yeah, the U.S. postal boxes. No,
Boxes.
don't do that, because you know what? They're free, and that is a huge waste of a very good product. Use your bubble wrap, okay?
And use
And
regular cardboard.
And use regular cardboard, because we can always upcycle those things. And then when they get to your customer, guess what? They're going to upcycle them again. So, you know.
A lot of times we'll use those
Sure we will.
boxes that have already been used once. We'll use them for packaging, but we don't use brand new.
Yeah, the Amazon boxes are kind of
boxes.
thin. We don't ship in that. We buy a specific box for shipping.
So yeah, thank you for that, because that can mislead people and think they can just waste.
Yeah, don't be Willie McNilly in it.
Waste our government tax money, because we pay for it basically.
Yeah, and those boxes are good for a lot of things, but using them to fill in as filler for packaging is not one of them. So
Mimi's here, and she hit the thumbs up, Ray. So
hey, thanks. Appreciate it, Mimi. Appreciate it.
Someone asked the question what we were using to cut glass. I'm not really sure. I think she was talking about what kind of glass cutter do you use?
The glass cutter that I use, and I have different pants on tonight, so I don't have it in my pocket. The glass cutter that I use, okay.
Do you want me to put it?
Just put it on the camera, and I'll show it right here. This is a brass pencil style glass cutter with a Toyo TC10 cutter head on it. Okay. Now this, you can see how this is.
Let me just go to that.
There we go. You can see how this is just wore out. Okay. And you can see up here where I'm sorry. There we go. Where my hand hits it. This is a little bit of sweat. There's some blood right here if you want to get the DNA out. But anyway, I want you to know, y'all, this glass cutter cuts. I use this glass cutter to cut everything up front and in the back, because I cut tabletops. I cut 3/8 glass. I cut 1/2 inch glass, 1/4 inch glass. I cut a lot of, but I use the same cutter, everybody, for it. And this is my TC10, or my Toyo number 10 cutter head. And this glass cutter, y'all, has been in my pocket for 20 years. If you don't drop them and you take care of them, clean them out. Remember that trick I showed everybody with the little straight pin that you go in between that crack where your wheel is? Take that straight pin and dig in there and tell me what you pull out of your glass cutter. A lot of times, y'all, it's not the glass cutter that's messed up. It's that it's dirty, and that becomes the cuttee's problem, not the cutter.
Yeah, we did that one night on the demo where you cleaned it out.
Yeah, so check it out. We did it on one of the demos, but it's a great way. If your cutter's acting up, do the smart thing first. Get the junk and the felt and the goofy stuff out from behind the wheel. And that'll help you a lot, won't it, Barb?
It sure will.
You'd be surprised what's in there.
Yeah, we had someone write us back after the demo and said, wow, I cleaned my cutter out the next day and made a huge difference.
So those
that.
Yeah, those little tips, I hope, help everybody out, So
Pauline's here, Pauline Miller. Hi, Pauline.
Hi, Pauline. It's good to have you.
1/2 inch glass. Oh, yeah, that is thick. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is. And you know what? The believe it or not, y'all, the thicker the glass becomes, the softer it is. It has to be cut in a different way. 1/2 inch glass has to be machined on the edges. 3/8 glass, you can cut really nice edges with a TC10 glass cutter, some oil, and believe it or not, the wooden end of a small paintbrush to break it. Bonk. And it makes it really Interesting.
I don't think we've.
I don't know if
showed
we've
that
showed
on
everybody how to cut heavy glass, but we'll
No.
try it. Maybe we can
big
come
glass,
up with a
but
video.
not heavy glass. Yeah.
Yeah. Thick glass, when you go to, you have window pane glass, picture frame glass, window pane glass, and then you have what's called plate glass, which is 3/16 quarter inch. And then you go to heavy glass. Heavy glass being not heavy because you can't lift it, heavy glass being the thickness of it. Okay. So 3/8, half inch, 5/8, 3/4. A lot of these young architects today, y'all, are using 3/4 inch glass in ways I've never even thought of using it. I mean, they're building entire vestibules 3 and 4 stories tall, all out of 3/4 inch glass with these things that what they call are spiders that connect everything together. It's awesome. So next time you're in the city and you see a lot of glass going up really far, walk inside and check it out. The architecture of glass is phenomenal, including stained glass, because they're adding the art end of the glass industry is being shaped by these young architects, y'all.
An artist.
Because they're not afraid. They're like,
We'll
just
figure it
go
out.
on. We'll figure it out when we get there. And you know what? I love that. Let's figure it out when we get there. Not. Do you see that look I just got? The only thing I figure out when I get there is dinner.
The difference between Ed and I, he jumps in the pool and says, "Oh, this is so much fun." I jump in the pool and I said, "Oh, it's cold. I got to get warmed up first before I can have fun." So that's the difference between me and Ed. Oh, he's spontaneous.
But that's why it works with us, y'all. That's exactly why it works with us.
Okay.
Because she knows I'm getting in the water first and it's going to be just fine, so she can jump in and take her time.
Warm it up. Okay. So Karen Mills is taking a class with Pat Coe this week. So if you're watching, hey guys, Pat and Karen.
Yeah, if you're out in the studio, good to y'all have fun this week. It should be awesome. And those of you that haven't checked out Pat Coe's website or his Facebook page, this young man is very talented. Check out his work on
he's in Virginia.
He's in central northern Virginia, maybe.
Yeah.
So. Somewhere north of Danville, up in the central part of the state.
Angela Beach is here from Kansas.
Hey,
Hi,
Angela.
Good to have you tonight.
Thanks for tuning in
tonight. Okay, another question. How would you drill a hole in glass for hanging?
You said for hanging?
For hanging.
I wouldn't. You can't just hang glass from a hole. You can't do it. Back in the.
Well, you could do it.
Well, you could do it, but it's so you're drilling a hole in it, and it's going to be very weak. So most times when you drill holes in glass and you want to hang the glass, you have the glass tempered. If you're doing it with art glass, you're not going to be able to do that. So my suggestion to you would be to not drill a hole in the glass to hang it, because it's not going to do what you think it will, because it's not glass is not designed for that application. I guess that's a good answer, right?
Yeah,
it's not
going to last.
It'll
eventually crack.
Yeah, and
a small sun catcher.
I wouldn't even do it then, because it's going to break it. It's going to crack it. So back in the 70s, we used to take 3/8 inch or half-inch glass, and we would drill 4 holes in it, have it tempered. Then we'd run rope through it, and we'd put the stereo, the record player on that. And then you could play albums because you had it tied to the ceiling, and the ceiling never vibrated when people walked by, only the floors. So if you hung your stereo off the floor, you never had to worry about somebody, hitting the floor too hard or running through the house and scratching your album. So
AK Martinez is here. She's cooking dinner tonight.
All right.
Pauline Miller. I'm not sure what you mean, but because I have 5 pieces of Gregory glass, how can I frame them? I love them so much. I don't want to cut them up.
I don't know who Gregory Glass is.
I don't know who
a very
Gregory
specific.
Glass is.
I've never even heard of the manufacturer Gregory. So, but anyway, hey, if they're that awesome, square them up and frame them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, square them up and frame them, Pauline. I mean, I would if they're that pretty that they do that for you. Yeah, I would definitely frame them up. There's nothing wrong with that. So my father would do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great stories. Thank you, Pauline. Okay, so any questions? Any of you guys have any questions? Just put them in the chat or in the comments, and we'll be happy to answer your questions on projects that you have going on or little problems you might have. Or
Any questions? Well, and if you have any problems with your glass cutter or with your soldering iron or, you know, anything like that, you know, I'm a big stickler for wattage controllers or iron controllers. So, you know, if you're not using an iron controller and you're having trouble with your soldering iron, try getting an iron controller before you throw your soldering iron away and get frustrated. Control the temperature, both in your mind and on your glass.
Any questions? I said referee glass. I think we're getting like, I don't know what
Is
that
a
means.
spell check taking over there,
I think
Pauline?
a spell check is taking over your.
Yeah.
We'll just wait for that a minute, Pauline.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Oh,
Pauline.
she may be speaking and it's not. Are you? She might be. It might be on auto. Okay.
Oh, because she's cooking.
Yeah. Okay. We'll come back, Pauline. No, Pauline's not cooking.
Oh, she's not?
AK
Okay.
Martinez is cooking.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Question about clear fingernail polish on mirror. Why?
Great. Why?
Why?
Why not? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So you know, we did a video about just explaining the process, but what you do with the clear fingernail polish is after you cut your mirror, you sand the edges, even on your grinder, but then on the back side, the painted side, you want to sand the edges all the way around that, clean the back of the mirror really good, and then take clear fingernail polish and go around the edges of that mirror and allow it to dry. Once you allow it to dry, now your mirror is ready to accept your copper foil. And because most mirrors are used in the bottom of boxes, you're going to find that since you put that nice coat of clear fingernail polish on there, that the acid from your flux is not going to eat the silver off the back of the mirror quite as rapidly. Your mirror is not going to fail. It's not going to go bad, you know, maybe for a much longer time if you'll do that technique by just applying clear fingernail polish, or you can spray the back of the mirror with clear lacquer. What you want to do is you want to seal that edge, okay? Seal that edge. Every time you cut a mirror, that silver edge where you break it comes loose just a little bit, okay? So not only when we're cutting mirrors for vanities and in bathrooms and stuff, is we're not only putting a tabletop edge on the front, we're also doing what they call a seam on the back, which is taking the silver that's loose off and feathering it back so that it's not sharp, pointed, or wanting to flake on you.
Thank you, Ed.
You're welcome, Barb.
Okay. So back to Pauline. Her question was about drapery glass.
Drapery glass.
She has a bad connection. The type of, like in church windows.
Yeah, well, you know what?
I'm talking about framing.
If you do have drapery glass, yeah, you probably should frame it because it's really hard to come by. It's hard to find right now. And I asked my my stained glass guru if he had some, and he didn't even have any. So that was kind of.
So I think she was at, and we would frame that in wood.
Yeah, we would frame it in wood, definitely, for sure.
Yes. Okay. Do different shaped solder, this is a question from Angela. Do different shaped solder tips really make a finished solder bead difference?
Personally, I don't think so, because I use a 1/4 inch chisel tip all the time. But what I do is instead of, if I'm using a wide lead, I use it flat. If I am soldering copper foil and I want that beautiful bead, I turn it up on its edge, lift the iron up to about 45 degrees, set the solder behind it, give it time to melt, watch it, and then pull directly along your bead, of course, after fluxing. So I use one size soldering iron tip, and I do have a soldering iron that is 1100 watts, y'all, and it's got a 1/2 inch chisel tip on it. And that's for when we're soldering big lead, like 3/4 inch wide and 7/8 wide flat H lead. So
what size tip do you normally use?
a 1/4 inch.
1/4 inch tip.
I use a
And
1/4
so-
inch chisel tip. Yeah.
Yeah, and so different size tips for different size projects, basically what it is. But that 1/4 inch tip
It's really universal.
is pretty much universal until you get into big windows and you're using big lead. You will need to use a bigger iron or it'll take you all day.
And you'll find if you want to do any decorative soldering, you'll find that 1/4 inch chisel tip is also good for that.
Yeah,
So
just
I mean, it's very,
just work with it.
it is very universal. Teach yourself how to use it, and just by changing the angle of the tip up or down or left to right will do a lot of different things for you.
That was a good question. That's a good question.
real
It's
good
always
question.
good, if you have a little extra money to buy a different type of
Yeah,
chip. If
I
you-
mean,
if
they make a
tip-
5/16 tip,
Well, a little tip might be fun to do decorative solder.
and they make a
with, like
pointed tip. Yeah.
pencil point.
Yeah, they make a
So-
a pencil point tip, and that's really good if you're going to make what
Decorative.
the decorative seashells.
For-
Now, there's a book out there, y'all, for decorative soldering. It's $100 or so, but let me tell you,
I don't even think it's in print anymore.
it's not in print anymore. Okay, so Barb said it's not in print anymore.
I'll look for it, but I don't think it's in print anymore.
We
Last
have
time
it.
I looked, there were none left.
We have it.
Kathy Roberts is here. Hi, Kathy. And she wants to know on the big church window, how do you protect the lead edge when transporting?
You know what, Kathy, we don't have any problems with that lead edge. Because if you saw us loading it on the truck, we stand it up vertically, and that lead never bends on that edge.
We use H, which gives us that we're not putting that window flat down on a U channel.
No.
So, we've got that extra lead there
Right.
that gives it that cushion.
And if I used a zinc U channel on the outside of my windows, just the bouncing on the road going up there would flatten the zinc right out.
Yeah.
So
we don't
yeah,
want
that's why Ed and Barb used lead, 3/8 flat H lead or 1/2 inch flat H lead, depending on the application, here on our windows. And we don't have any problem with the lead crimping or folding or anything like that. But if we get to a job and that window is out just a little bit, whether it's the frame or the glass, it could be me. You never know.
Could be the
It could be the
cutter.
no, yeah,
Cutty.
it could be the cutty, not the cutter. So anyway, that allows me, I can shape that just a little tiny bit with my microplane and insert it right in that window and get that job completed and move on to the next one.
Yeah, because many times we'll go to a job, we'll have 10 windows, and we go through and we measure each window, of course, and make sure each window is the same size, because sometimes you look at them, they look the same size, they
But
might
they're
be
not.
1/2 inch off. But we measure each one, and although they may measure up to be the same size when you get there, there's always that one that's going to
It's
be
just a
a
little
bit out.
Yeah.
And so that's why we use that H channel around the edge.
And we can make that window fit just exactly the way we
Perfect.
need it to.
Mhm.
Right.
So Angela says she's a newbie, but she just needs to keep practicing more. That's
Yeah.
right. Practice.
Keep practicing cutting glass, watching our show, and coming up. If you have any questions, even those of us that have been doing this for a long time have questions. I'm putting questions together for when we go to school. So I'm just getting some questions in my head to ask people that have more knowledge about this than I do. So I'm looking forward to it.
If you go to conwayglass.com /ARTyRV, then you can fill out a form and send in a question ahead of time. And then if you're not able to be here, we'll answer your question. You can watch it on the rerun.
Yeah, so we do give you up until Sunday at 6:00 to get your questions in before that, so that we can answer them on Monday nights at 7. We just need that little bit of time, so that we can get that all set for you, and make sure, that we have the answer for your question, or we can, call Ray or somebody to help us out with it.
What you drinking there, Street?
I'm having ice water with lemon, lime, and cucumber, Barb.
That's very healthy.
It feels good. It makes me feel better.
Okay, are you ready for glass chat?
Bump up a barrel. Yeah, sure. Let's do glass chat. How's everybody?
I think everybody is good, and I think that we're ready.
We're ready. Okay,
Yeah.
because I have everything
Wait a
here.
minute, let me get this and go here. Okay, I think we're ready.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
So here we go. So,
There we go.
so hey, we're gonna call Angela out. She said she's a newbie. Well, I just want her to know that this is your best friend in your toolbox. This is your square. If you don't have one of these, Angela, go out and get one tomorrow. It's a little late, but just go out and get one tomorrow, because you're going to need it. If you don't have one of these in your arsenal, then you're going to need it.
We have them on our on the ARTyRV page on Conway Glass.
Yeah, and we have them in stock. You can order them, and we'll get one right out to you. So last week we were all talking about. Some of us were talking about, how come my solder's boiling and all that. Well, I'm going to show you. This is what you need to do. Like we talked last week. This is just a simple little idea, and it'll help you. It'll do two things. It'll save on your flux, and it'll save time, and you won't have to worry about your flux boiling. So what we did is we took that long brush, okay, that fuzzy brush, and we cut it back like I explained to you last week, so it's 1/4 inch, so that it's nice and stiff. So I want you to see that. And you'll find you're not going to use as much flux, and you're not going to have like barrels of flux on your work that you're going to have to soak up with paper towels and everything else. So try this little trick with your flux brush, and I promise you, it'll save you a lot of time being frustrated, among other things. So this little piece of glass right here we go, y'all. This is a piece of glass. This piece of glass right here is a Kokomo.
Other way. Turn it around where it was. I know it's confusing.
It is. Okay, so this is a Kokomo 263, okay? So what I want you to know about this Kokomo 263 is, I'm going to give this to Barbara's phone because my nephew just dinged me. And he's probably going, hopefully he's out catching some salmon. He lives up on the Canadian Maine border. Anyway, if you tuned in tonight, Dennis, thanks for tuning in. Good to see you.
He just can't comment.
We got a big hug for you. And I hope everything's well. So, Anyway, let's get back to this Kokomo 263 because this color has blue, amber, white, and purple in it, okay? And it's a very common glass used in backgrounds of church windows. But because of the colors stacked in it, we're just like a lot of our other opaque glasses, we're not going to hear our glass cutter going across it. So because we're not going to hear it, because we can't hear it, we're not going to change the pressure on our glass cutter. And if you notice, when we start rolling off all the amber that's right here, y'all, amber is very soft. We've talked about hard colors and soft colors. Blue is a soft color. White is a hard color. Amber is a soft color. So all of these colored, purple is a soft color. But when you mix white with it, guess what? Listen to this. Everything changes except the pressure in your hand, okay? So we have that. That's a Kokomo 263. It's a beautiful glass. Now we're going to do this two blues. Now this is two colors that are supposed to be soft, but you know what? We're going to show you that right there. You see this big chunk of white right here? And there's a big chunk of white right here. Let's listen to what this glass has to tell us. You know what it told us? It told us that here's some blue, here's some white. Okay. And again, I just want y'all to know, changing the pressure on your glass cutter hurts you rather than helps you. Okay. So we just want you to realize that everybody, you know, I learn something every day that I come to work and I'm cutting glass. You know, I learned something when I was repairing this window here that's behind us. Barb, I'm just leave that camera too where it is. I'm going to step up and get us a beautiful piece of glass to look at tonight.
Okay.
So this is an Oceana glass. Like I promised you, this is sheet number 3 of 24. Now I want y'all to know,
see if I can get that.
This is their 9 excuse me. This is their 900 series. And it, y'all, is beautiful. Beautiful models.
Can't see. You can't see it.
I know it. I'm trying to.
Here, let me put it on the other camera and maybe it's better. Here we go. Okay. Put it in there. You can kind of get an idea of what it looks like.
Let's do this.
It's a beautiful piece of glass.
Let me put some white on it here. Oh.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know. Okay. You can kind of see it.
You can kind of see it, but y'all.
I could put the Yakagani. Anyway, it's 900 series. If you go to the Yakagani website, go to the Oceana glass, and then go to the 900 series. I'd go to it right now, but I don't know if
Can you see it?
Woo!
Can you see that?
Yeah, you can see it. It's pretty. Looks like a sun.
Yeah, it looks like a sunset. It's got orange and purple and cranberry paint running through it. It's one of the most beautiful glasses, y'all, that I've ever seen. And if I didn't need it for the project, you know what I'd do with it? I'd frame it.
So our nephew Dennis is here. Hi, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
He made it. He made it on.
Hey, we're glad you're here.
We're glad you're here. Thank you, Ed. That was very interesting. I think that now we could go to, let's do a viewer showcase. Last week we had 3. This week I have 1, and we're going to try to do at least 1 a week. This showcase is, let's go ahead and add them to the stream. There we go. And first piece of work is by Texas Tom. This is Thomas Sharp's work. And it's
Thomas, thanks for sending in your artwork.
Thank you for sending it in. And this is a welcome sign. Oh, I guess that's as big as that's going to get.
Yeah, it says welcome sign, and in the bottom are what looks to be cherry, cherry blossoms.
Beautiful
which
colors.
is a very welcoming flower. So
yeah, very nice. This is a logo that he did for a custom wood shop. Great letters there.
I want y'all to look at that. Look at how he incorporated the letters into the design. And I'll almost bet he incorporated the design into the lettering that was there first. Probably put the lettering on first. It's a great way to do it because it allows you, you don't have to change the letters. All you do is change the design on the window to make it all go together. And this picture of Jesus is off the chain. Congratulations, my friend. It's absolutely beautiful.
So very nice. Thank you for sharing that with us. We appreciate it, and I know everyone else does. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, so don't forget.
Thomas Sharp.
Send us in your work.
Thank you, Thomas. So if you want to share your work, what you need to do is go to the Conway Glass /ARTyRV page. And on that page, there's a thing to send us a message. So send me a message, say you want to send in pics. I'll send you the link and you send it back to me. Real easy. And that way we can get you on. We do one a week at least, sometimes more than one. So
it just depends on how much time Barb has to get everything uploaded. Or when you get your photographs into us. If you get them in on Sunday, you might not see them on Monday. You might have to wait a week.
Yeah, send a JPEG, and we like it wide on the screen, but however you send it, just a JPEG,
We'll
good
try and figure it
resolution,
out.
and we'll get it figured out for you. Any more questions from you guys?
It's let's go ahead and if you guys that are back waiting in the wings, Dennis, thanks for tuning in tonight. Good to have you on board. So, hey, we need to take a moment and we're going to ask you to please go ahead and subscribe to our channel because subscribing to our channel helps us grow. And when you push on the notification bell, that helps us grow. And we also, when we have our super stickers that are available now for everybody, if we're answering questions for you and you like the way we're giving your answers and getting your questions answered for you, throw a super sticker at us. Super sticker at us.
Yeah.
But hey, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And please, once you subscribe,
what happened?
What happened? Ring that bell, that subscription bell, to let you be notified when we come out with a new video. So I hope you all enjoyed the video that Barbara got out this past weekend. And it was really good. It reminded me of number one, how long it took me to find the background glass for that window. Y'all realize that nobody in the country has any Kokomo 222X. So I just want to let you know that.
Just in case.
I
got the
last piece of it, and the true color that the sheet should have been was only in 12 inches of it. And it's funny because I needed 11 and a half. So I had all, not much to work with, but it worked out really well. And I thought that the photographs of the finished product installed really showed off exactly what we did and why it took so long to get it done.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Oh, Angela said, some YouTube instructors say to flood with flux, others the opposite. Well, I can guarantee you the ones that say to flood with flux haven't been doing stained glass for 35 years.
No, they haven't.
I can guarantee.
And if they keep flooding it, they won't be doing it for 35.
Thank you, AK Martinette. That is so sweet.
Oh, thank
Super
you.
Sticker.
Super sticker. Thank you.
We're excited. Thank you so much.
We just were able to get those on our site. So it's really nice and very kind of you guys when you throw a super sticker at us.
We appreciate it.
So that's awesome. It does. It really, and it helps us grow. We want this channel to grow. We want to grow with you and we want you to grow with us. So
yes, so we're still taking questions. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask, and we're happy to answer your questions.
We'll be happy to answer them.
And Angela, yeah, I'm kind of concerned about that instructor saying to flood it with flux. That's just really, but that happens. That happens. You're going to find some weird information.
You are. And keep in mind though, y'all, and a lot of you that watch our channel don't just do this as a hobby. You're doing shows and things like that. So you need good information. Okay. Barbara told me just a while back, my generation, a hack was somebody that just ruined everything. And this generation, a hack is somebody that it's a trick that shows you to make things easier for you. So pay attention to Ed's hacks because they are proven and tried for 43 years this year, y'all. So think about that. And I would definitely not steer you in the wrong direction intentionally about anything. But let me tell you something about flux. Flux is just supposed to be used to clean the copper foil enough so that the solder sticks to it. You don't have to dip it in the flux, and definitely don't use paste flux. Check out our website. The best flux on the market is Ruby Flux, and it's available on our website for your soldering enjoyment.
All right, you guys, you got any questions, or are you going to make us leave early tonight?
Don't make us leave early.
Okay, we got some comments coming in.
All right.
Okay. Oops. What happened? Oh, don't do this to me. What? Oh, there we go. Okay. That happened 1 week before, and it drives me crazy.
Okay. AK Martinez off to eat dinner.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So good to see you. Okay. Pauline said there's a lot of people out there with bad information. I've learned through the years. I learned glass by going to Vicki Payne. You remember her? She helped a lot. She was very good at opening up everything. Yeah, Vicki. We remember Vicki Payne. She's still on television, but not stained glass.
No, and her and her daughter do landscaping now or something. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, Vicki Payne. That's she had some really good videos back in the day, and she really touched the base on basically on the basics of stained glass. Now, last week, y'all remember we showed you a book that's just for beginners, but it's also a great book to refresh your memory. Those of us that understand everything there is about the process. So check that out too, if you can, and see what's up with that.
Yeah. Mark said that it was telling Kathy that he generally replaces the outside lead on when he's redoing windows. And a lot of times you do.
Oh yeah, you do have to replace the lead if it's been in a window sash full of glazing compound, and you're not going to frame it.
It's going to disintegrate.
Yeah, because the glazing compound actually deteriorates that lead, but it takes 50, 60 years to do it, but it does deteriorate the lead. I found that on several projects when you take the windows out, and then you also have to be careful about those upholstery tacks that are actually nailed through the lead and into the window.
Oops, we got a bite. This machine's not on.
No, I turned it off so it didn't.
Okay, well,
that's okay. We got a bite.
Right.
We'll catch it in the morning. It's all good.
We got a bite.
Yeah. Well, we are at everyone's beck and call here at Conway Glass.
That one taught me about the tax, and he had nothing to structurally left to tack into. Mark, I believe he talked to you about some
About
windows.
the tax, yeah, and he had nothing structurally. The lead was so deteriorated that he had nothing to go back in with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was in the oval window, right, Mark? That oval window that you were working on? That was, I could see the glazing compound around that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. Well, we've had a good show tonight. We've talked about
a lot of
different things. And we appreciate all the questions.
And we've seen some beautiful work.
Yeah, we did.
You know, Texas Tom, thanks for sending in your windows.
Yeah, we had. Okay. How JT asks, how would you, and Mark said, yes, sir, that was right. JT asks, how would you recommend dealing with a design that grows as you're piecing it together? Accuracy in your design, most definitely, but is there a trick to use when hand drawing your stencils?
Well, if your design is growing as you're cutting glass, then you're cutting your glass wrong, because your paper's not going to grow.
Your pattern is on your table.
Your pattern's on your table. You've cut out your patterns. It's not growing.
Every piece of glass must fit to the pattern.
Right. Otherwise, and go back and check out a couple videos. Maybe you're not using the razor blade trick. You're trying to use those lead shears or copper foil shears. If your wind is growing, you need to spend more time learning how to cut the glass correctly, and that will stop.
Yeah. You're hand drawing and you're using stencils. Yeah, because each pattern piece fits onto that pattern, but there's always going to be a gap there. You have to leave that gap.
If you're using lead, that gap is going to be about 1/16 of an inch. If you're using copper foil, that gap is going to be about a 32nd of an inch, because you're making up room for two pieces of foil, one on one piece of glass, one on another.
So when those pattern pieces fit together, they don't butt up against each other. There has to be that line. That's why you have the pattern shears or the razor blade trick, where you leave that.
Yeah, so go check out the video with the razor blade trick. There's a lot of people on our channel right now that will say, please do, because it's an awesome way to learn how to cut your pattern.
It is. And you'll be able to find it because it's one of our most popular videos.
It is. It's probably right there in the top 5. So.
Julie Graves is here. She's
Hi, Julie.
late, but good to see you, Julie.
Hey, we're glad to have you. Better late than never, huh? Thanks for coming in tonight.
That's right. So,
and Mimi's here.
Yes. So I hope that answers your question, JT. Look and see, because it's a common mistake when you're first learning glass that your pattern grows.
It is, and it all goes down to how you're. Well, actually, it starts when you're cutting your pattern out.
Yes.
Off of the paper. The next thing that you can run into that's going to increase the size is tracing your pattern incorrectly onto your glass. The third reason your pattern is growing is because you're not cutting your glass correctly to the pattern that came off the pattern of the paper. Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of steps.
Just take your time. Don't get frustrated with it. Go get some window glass. Learn how to cut the glass, but try our razor blade trick on cutting out your pattern. Believe me, if you're trying to use pattern shears, everybody on our site will tell you to please try the razor blade trick, and it'll change your life. So
yeah. Okay, any more questions for tonight? Just put them in the comments or the chat. We appreciate every question.
We do.
Everyone that's here, we appreciate you being here. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching our videos and sharing our videos.
Yeah, because we had
commenting.
A great the video that Barbara poked out on Saturday had 400 views by last night. So we appreciate everybody checking out our video and getting the views.
Yeah, so we'll have more videos. I'm starting to get better organized.
Well,
And,
we're working on a lot of different projects, and you know, and Monday night though, we look so forward to sharing your ideas and our answers to your questions, and finding out more about you guys. You know what you do,
So,
what kind of you know, what kind of windows. Now we see that what kind of windows everybody's building. It's awesome. A lot of y'all are building very eclectic windows, like we do here at Conway Glass. We build so many different style windows.
yeah, so if you want to send us a pictures of your work so we can share them with everyone here, go to theconwayglass.com and send us a note, and we'll send you the link to send the
Please do.
to send that to. And then everybody here can see it, and you can
Yeah,
we can get to know you just a little bit better and know your work.
share it with everyone.
So I think we're about ready to go. I hate we have to go. If I had some more comments, we'd stay. If I had some more questions, we'd stay. But I think we've answered everyone's questions for the week and here. And JT said she will definitely check out those videos.
So yeah,
he
so
will
check out that video,
check
and
out
next
the
week,
videos.
you know, while you're working on, if you have any questions next week about cutting, get them in the chat box, and we can include them in glass chat for next week. If you have any questions about cutting, get them to us before Sunday so that we know they're there. And when we get ready to, when we set up glass chat next Monday night, those questions will be there, and I can answer them right here with a glass cut.
And if there's something you need Ed to demonstrate,
I'll be
send
happy
us
to.
an idea, and we'll be happy to let him try it out.
I'm not scared.
He's not scared. He'll do anything. As almost.
If you're
anything.
scared, get in my pocket.
Okay, so we're going to head out, and
We
we've
are.
so enjoyed tonight. Thank you guys for coming on board and talking and chatting and sharing your work with us and sharing your life with us. We really appreciate it.
We do. We really appreciate it. And thank you all for the super stickers tonight. We appreciate that very much.
Yes, and all the questions and the
Yep.
feedback. And if you have anything you want to tell us, just send us a note.
Or
Go
a
to the
demo you
website.
want us to do for you, something you're having trouble with. You know, I don't claim to know everything, but I will do my best to help you work through that problem, whatever it might be.
So I think we're going to get out of here and let these folks get back to their lovely evenings.
Yeah,
at
so
home.
it's not dark yet in South Carolina like it is most places up and down the East Coast. But anyway, we our neighbor across the street, they're finishing his roof up, so we're going to go get a bite to eat rather than go home and listen to the for the rest of the night. But they're going to finish his roof today. We were like, wow, they can do his roof in one day, but it took them 2 days to do our roof.
I don't know.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
I don't know what that means. So anyway, we're headed
excited.
out. We appreciate y'all, and we will see you next week, and look for a new video, probably be Friday night. Talk to y'all later. Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in tonight. This is Barb, and I'm Ed.